Yo, it's Elut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing my first Dragon Link deck profile. Normally, if you've been a regular on the channel, you come here for branded. But I do play other decks, and I want to talk about other decks going forward. Still a branded main, if you want to, call it that. But Dragon Link is super fun. I've been playing this deck for a few months now, and I think I've just kind of learned about myself that I love decks that are super non-linear and just go a million different ways. It's just really fun for my brain. So yeah, let's just get into it, dude. I'm excited to talk about this one. Nothing about this is super weird, but you gotta have a starting place before you get spicy with it in the future. But I will talk about some things that I've been trying in place of other stuff and whatever. So first, the 3 black metals and the 1 red MD. I was trying for a time the 3 card package with the Meteor Dragon and then the Gamma and the Driver. I like it because it's just very interesting. Like, it's good for my brain. I think it's cool because you get 2 searches off the black metal. You can chain block twice, and that's really cool. And Gamma is just kind of funny. People don't really play around Gamma and stuff like that. It's interesting, but I'm not currently running this, just to be super clear, because I also don't feel like it's really worth it. One of the big weaknesses of this deck is Droll, and if you get Drolled after that first black metal search and you get your red MD, because you're always going to search red MD over Meteor, then it's just kind of like, okay, well, I'm not getting to that anyways, while also running the risk of drawing a brick or potentially 2 bricks. Kind of depends. So I'm not super into it. I think it's really cool, but I'm not running it. I don't think it's necessary by any means. But yeah, just little spiel on that. And then the 3 Seyfert, of course, with our Chaos Boys, the Chaos Space, White Dragon Baby, Black Dragon Baby, and the Levy. Standard stuff. They're all great. Again, nothing really too crazy to talk about there. And then we got our Bestial Boys. So I'm currently running 3 Lubellion, 3 Saronir, because he's the second most important one. 1 Mag. Honestly, like, the thing about Mag is, like, yeah, would I love to have 3 Mag in this deck? Sure. But at the same time, this card does so much even at 1, it's, like, kind of okay. The Chaos Space being at 1 is much worse than Mag being at 1. I don't really even get bothered by this. And then the 1 Druisworm. I think originally I was running like an extra Druis and like a Baldrake or something. I just kind of feel like these are the essentials, and especially since Bestials are kind of getting worse. Not across all matchups. There are definitely some matchups that Bestials are still really great against, and you will have them if you need them, but they don't do shit against like any of the fire decks, which kind of sucks. It's still good for like setting up Regaining Beast and stuff, fodder for that, but they're not like so crazy that I want to like max out on them either. So that's what I'm currently running. And then the Rocket Boys, the 2 Tracer, the Recharger, and the Abso. I also was trying Caliber for a bit. I like Caliber, I guess. I don't think you need it. Sometimes it's nice, but I don't think it's necessary. I will say that. Like, I'm not like a hater or a lover of Caliber one way or the other. I think either way is fine, but you don't need it. I would say you don't need it. Normally these are enough to do what you want to do. So I'm fine with those 4, and I like how the deck is running currently at 45. So I'm just keeping it in that realm. And then the hand traps, got a lot of hand traps, of course. The 3 Ash, the 3 Nibiru, the 3 Veiler, and the 3 Imperm. Standard stuff. The Nib and the Veilers are also pitches for Chaos Space, and if Veiler's in the grave, that's great for your Bestials and your Chaos Babies and stuff like that. Ash and Imperm are generic. And the thing I like about this deck, too, is because there's so many hand trap slots, it also, I feel like, makes it easier to side without, like, really getting in the way of, like, siding out Engine, which is super nice. I actually do really like that about Dragon Link. The spells and traps, obviously the 3 quick launch, duh. The 2 triple attack and the 1 called by. Called by is generic. You know, it can be for Ash, can be for Joel. Potentially, if you're going first, it can be for Shifter too, because, you know, fuck Shifter. And I'm actually considering right now changing one of these triple attacks to a 1-for-1. Basically just to special out a black metal. I'm not super sold on that. I do kind of like it, but triple attack is crazy. I do like how, like, so I'm a branded player, just in case this is the first video of mine that you've ever seen. And I feel like in Despia, when you triple attack, it's normally to draw 2, because if you can't set up, like if you get ashed and then you triple attack, you're probably not making a board unless you draw more stuff to attempt to make a board. Whereas in this deck, you can still kind of go for like the minimal board, and you're more flexible to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, which I do actually really like. But yeah, just a quick thing on that. I think those are pretty solid. And then the last 4, the Ravine and the Boot Sector, field spells, normal stuff, the Regained, and the Beast. I love Beast. I love Beast. Especially, again, with all like the Fire King decks running around and shit like that. Popping the field spell with Beast is so nice. Like, you know, you can obviously Ash it too, but I love popping the field spell, especially if you can pop like Druid Worm with Beast. Because then what that does is you pop the field spell, Druid goes to grave for Beast, and then Druid can send one of the Fire King monsters to the graveyard, and it does not count as a destruction, which is huge, because then they don't also trigger. So I love Beast. I love Beast. I think it's like super good right now. And then the extra deck, mostly pretty standard stuff here too. But the 1 Striker, we love Striker. Pisty, the Romulus, Seal. I think 1 Seal is fine. I know some people play 2. I don't really think you need to. It's pretty easy to recycle most of the time. So I think it's just fine at 1, honestly. The IP, the SP, of course, and the Dark. Dark is super underrated sometimes. Like, that card's actually crazy. IP is great with Seal. SP is SP. I don't have to explain that. And then the rest of these are just standard combo pieces and stuff like that. Seal's an N-board piece, but all cool stuff. And then the Triple Burst. This is a combo piece. The access code, the Borland. I fucking love Borland, dude. Borland is so based. That's a fun card. The 1 Atum, or Atum, I've heard his name said both ways. I like this card. I don't go into it as much as I think that I will. Oddly enough, I think you could swap this for like a Typhon if you wanted. It's a nice backup plan. Like if you just have Bestials or whatever and you want to get one of your starters out, special Dragon from the deck, you can special anything, which is really nice. But I don't know. I don't think it's mandatory, but I do think it's really cool. So I am still currently playing him. But again, I could very easily just see this being a Typhon, and that'd be fine too. And then the last 4 are the Synchros, the Borlode Savage, Scarlight, Barone, and Despotter. Scarlight is kind of underrated too, low-key. It can just be a board wipe. Sometimes it's burn damage if you like just barely can't kill your opponent. Then you just make this at the end and wipe the board and win. It's a time card. It's also a level 8 Dark Dragon, so worst case scenario, you can make it the tribute for Bestial Rebellion in really, really weird game states. And then the other 3 are just, I don't think they need much of an explanation. They're all great. So, yeah, that's it. That is the deck profile. I hope to make more videos on Dragon Link at some point in the future. I don't know if I'll go into, like, some other series that I started doing with Branded, like, you know, finer details videos, or I don't know if people need to see, like, test hands and stuff like that. This is by no means, like, a niche deck. Like, everybody knows about Dragon Link, but it could be fun to talk about more in the future, but I really like playing this. I don't think it's, like, super meta or anything, but it is so, so fun. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out. Take care.